It's really Ron Big Monkey. It's your boy, Mr. Timothy D. Hard. I'm coming back here live. Talk a little bit of ish on today. That's what we're talking about. All right, now I have a quick, probably not that doggone quick, but it's a philosophical question, okay, that has, popped his rear and reared his head in our society and like in our mindscapes and everything like that. But the question that I have today is, does the boy or the son, does the son get punished for the crimes of the father, for the sins of the father? That's my question for today. Is can the son, what should the son be punished or condemned for the sins of his father? And the reason why I ask this question, because it's like most of the people in this world today, especially if you ask them, they'll easily say no, 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 no way in the world. It's no matter what. The father could have committed crimes and stuff like that. He got life in prison and stuff like that. He dies and he has debts and stuff like that. And it's like, should all that stuff now go on to the son? Should the son start now pay because the father couldn't, or whatever the case may be? Or again, if the father was a criminal, whatever the case may be, does the son have to also pay the punishment of what his father did? And most people, at least in America, they'll say no, no, no. He shouldn't have to pay. He should have to da 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 da. And that's how most people's stances would be, especially in America today. Like, no, the father should be paying for it, not the son. But the flip side of this question is, okay, well, if that's the case, should the son then be rewarded or given the fortunes of the father? The father was to die and he had a lot of money. Should the fortune go to the son? And again, just like before, if the father, most people say yes, the son needs to get that money. Yeah, he inherits the money from whatever his father has given him. Yes, absolutely. But you see, there's an imbalance right here where we'll say that on one side, the son can inherit the fortune, and that's a good thing, but the son does not inherit the debt, or he does not inherit the negative things of his father. And the reason why I bring up this question is because, again, we live in America in 2023, home of the brave and whatever else. I forgot it was there, but it's America is very unique in how it's ran in a lot of ways. It's not necessarily completely different from how societies was run in the past. Heck, our government system is built off the Roman system, but it might be, it definitely is a little bit much different than that of the Romans. But with all that being said, in America, you have this ability to, even if your father was a criminal, even if your father was a degenerate, even if your father had a lot of debt, you as the son do not have to necessarily do the same thing as your father. In America, you can go and if you have your mind right and you got the right mentality and stuff like that, you got the hustle, you got the drive, you can come from rags to riches. And most people, we love that rags to riches story. And most people, in America in general, they have that persona of the rags to riches. In fact, this is the allure of America in general. America's allure is this rags to riches. You can come to America with now a damn penny in your, bury a penny in your damn pocket, and then you can become a multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire if you have A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. If you got that drive. And so many people, so many immigrants have come to this country and they have that story. And so with all that being said, and even with that being said, those immigrants, their kids, they benefit greatly off of what their parents have done. And even if the kids been born in a different country or whatever the case may be, they would have never had that inheritance. They would have never had whatever they have right now. But it's because of the actions of their parents that came here and they did A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Now there's a couple of new generations of kids that can now have a different outlook on life, and it started with these parents up over here. So in this situation, the parents that came from this country, because their parents could have been poor, but they do not have that same moniker. They don't have that story of, you end up like your father. You don't end up like your mother or whatever the case may be. But the fact of the matter is, that is a rarer story than you think. Most people, they end up, I will say, I will gander a good 90% of people, they're going into, in some way, shape, or form, whoever their father was is who they're going to be. Whoever their mother was is who they're going to be. Whatever their surrounding was, that's what they're going to be. And it's not because these people are inferior in any way, shape, or form. It's just a natural flow of how life works. You are going to be influenced by the culture and whatever's around you. Whatever the way that everybody thinks around you, you're going to have to adapt to thinking that way. You can't, you born in a certain area, and you are naturally going to develop the mindset to survive in that area. You know what I'm saying? This is why, and when you go from that area, that mindset is still going to be there. A lot of those tendencies. This is what I say. You still got the hood in you. You might have moved out the hood, but the hood is still inside of you. You can't never escape the hood. You understand? Because you got that mentality and everything like that. But in general, we can do it, but most people, they never do it. They end up just like their parents. In fact, if you look at the history of life in general, again, you got to understand how unique America is in a lot of ways. In this sense that, just because your father was this, and this, that might have not necessarily been looked good upon in the society, just because he was that, you can still do completely different and make a great living and great wealth in this lifetime, regardless of what your father did. But for the majority of history, whatever your father was doing, the son would be doing. Okay, like if your father was a shoemaker, the son would have been a shoemaker. If the father was a farmer, the son would have been a farmer. If the father was a president or something like that, or high in politics or politicians, the son more than likely was going to do the same things. Typically, throughout the majority of history, whatever your father was doing, the son did. The son came in place, okay, and took whatever the occupation or whatever the case may be. And sometimes even there's a lot of cases where the son would take on the debt. Like, for example, a son could have inherited a farm, but the land is, the father wasn't paying the land, or for whatever the case may be. Like, they're back and they're behind on taxes and stuff like that. So I don't know how that works exactly, but I'm assuming like either the bank or the government or something like that. But essentially, they can no longer pay for that land. And so what happens is the son cannot afford. He might be coming in, but he can't afford to keep it going. So he inherits the farm, which we might say is a good thing, but he also inherits the debt that's associated with that farm, and because of whatever his father was doing or not doing, or whatever the case may be. It's just been a hard time, and you couldn't get no harvest in that area. But with all that being said, it brings back to this point of, should the son inherit what the father did? Okay, should the son inherit the crimes of the father? Should the son, simultaneously, should the son inherit the wealth of the father? You know what I'm saying? Like, where do you put those two? And again, most people, they be like, yeah, let's take the good. Yeah, you definitely should inherit the good stuff, and shoot and pull away the bad stuff. And why am I talking about this? I want to also bring this over to the perspective of, like, sometimes, you could be looking at, you hear about these generational curses and stuff like that, or like how sometimes God will wipe out a whole group of people. Like if there was one person, or the father, he was doing something wrong, or whatever the case may be, there's sometimes in certain instances where the whole family was wiped out. Not only that, you got some cases where livestock, and people be like, why did they do that? Like, why would God do that? How cruel could God be? What type of a God that says he loves us and stuff like that? Why would he kill kids? Why would he kill the wife? The wife was innocent. The man could have did something wrong. But why do the kids and the wife have to die? And then also simultaneously, there's a lot of men in the Bible, or people in the Bible, wherever the case may be, where God actually blessed greatly. And not only did he bless them, but he blessed everything around them. You know what I mean? There's like Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Israel is Jacob, but it's a whole bunch of people. So it's like, why would God kill kids? But again, it's like, why would God also give these blessings to the kids? There's a lot of cases where there's people, or God chose certain people in this world, whatever, in the past, or even currently, the person that's that God chose, he doesn't just bless him or her. It's like a lot the people around that individual, whoever is connected with that person, also get blessings, even if they haven't been doing anything necessarily good to get those blessings, like the person that God chose or gave the blessing to. But sometimes you just being around that person that got the blessings will bless other people. You know what I'm saying? And so again, it's like they're almost inherently gathering something from this association. Okay, they're gathering something in the same vein. If somebody has like an extremely bad karma, or they're just like, whatever, you can have your demise being around somebody who, in the same vein that, like, God gave all these blessings to, is cursed. Some people are cursed in this world from whatever their actions are. And sometimes you could be around that individual that's cursed, and you can get hit just like the person that is actually at fault, or whoever. Somebody could be trying to shoot that person, whatever, in any way, shape, or form. Now, that person is cursed. And so, like, if you ride around, you can meet calamity just like that individual do, even though you haven't done anything to warrant that. You know what I mean? So it's like, in general, it's this interesting thing where we think, at least in America, and again, America is so unique in that you do not have to do what your father did when centuries probably since the dawn of time, that's exactly what you would be. Whatever your father was going to be, you now more than likely was going to be. Okay, it's not only till this recent history that we can really change, and it's like on a global scale. So I'm not saying it wasn't like, there was people that didn't do what their father. Obviously, there was people that didn't do what their fathers did, but I'm talking about on such a massive scale. And then we all have this ideology that you can do something different from your father. Just because your father didn't have this doesn't mean that you can't have this. Okay, and you don't have to take on the sins of the father. But oftentimes, I think you more than likely do. And I think when we asking that question, why would God wipe out a whole bunch of people if they haven't even done anything wrong? It was the father. But I think the reason why, and I could be, the reason why I believe that this is the case is because, if you think about it, if you have a father and he's like immoral, or he's just out there doing wild stuff or stuff like that, he's gonna be wreaking havoc in people's lives and stuff like that. And if he's in that son's life or whatever the case may be, 9 times out of 10, damn near 9.5 times out of 10, the son is going to, in some way, shape, or form, start to model his behavior just like his father, okay? Because he's going to more likely assume, like, this is the way that you need to behave because my father is acting this way. And his father, even if his father is not directly sitting down teaching his son lessons, his father's actions is going to be teaching him lessons and things of that nature. So naturally, a lot of times what's going to happen is when that son gets to a certain age or whatever, he's going to act like his father. Oftentimes, your biggest hero for a lot of kids, the biggest hero that you have, the first biggest hero is either your mama or your daddy. Is one of these two. You know what I'm saying? And so you're going to model after them. And so what I'm saying when I'm saying, like, when people say, oh, why would God kill these people? I think it's because we don't think about it, but typically that child is more than likely going to end up just like the parent did. You know what I mean? It's rare cases where people, they don't change. I mean, they change completely from what their parents were. Okay. And so it's like in doing so, when that father is killed, his bloodline, he can't teach the kids the same things and the same actions that he was doing. You know what I mean? Because you can make the argument that when that child would have grown up, they more likely would have followed in the child, the father's footsteps. And this is the premise of why a lot of times they put in the black community and stuff like that. That's why they put the programs that they put in their black community. That's why they have the things set up in the way that they have, because they understand that because they're more the sons are more than likely going to end up like the father. And if the sons are corrupted and the sons don't get it good right and the sons don't have any guidance and stuff like that, naturally the women and the children are going to follow. So it's going to be a lineage, or like it's going to be this continuous lineage of destructive, dysfunctional situations. And I'm not saying that necessarily in a bad way with black people, but what I'm saying is that you see that going on, because everybody will agree there's a lot of problems in the black community. And oftentimes, it's somewhere centered around the father. Where's the father? Why is the father not taking that acting role? But they've taken that father out, they remove that father, or the images of father. Young boys, especially young boys, they have to take the images if their father's not there or have active participation for whatever reason. If that child doesn't have a strong male figure, they're going to take their lessons and how they move and how they act and everything like that, and they're going to get it from the TV, from what's popular, from what's popping right now. And so in the black community, what's popping right now is people going up in the, dudes on rap songs talking about they're gonna go up in there and shoot up niggas in the blocks and whatever case may be. They loading up their bullets. That's like hot right now. Everybody rapping about how they gonna go shoot up another dude. And it's funny because even in these music videos, them dudes, I love how Charleston White said this. He said, like, when they making them rap songs about how they about to go kill somebody, how about to roll up on, how they about to roll up on the ops or anything like that. These dudes are more than likely black. The majority of them are black. And even when they're rapping and stuff like that, they not talking about no Hispanic boy. They not talking about no white boy. They not talking about no Asian boy. They talking about a black dude. So these dudes is getting on there talking about how they about to go kill a ops, and they talking about killing other black dudes, and we glorifying going over there and killing other black dudes. You understand what I'm saying? We glorify, like, saying, oh yeah, these bitches is hoes, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. We just spending our money on foreigns and this and this and this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we smoking, we drinking, we out here having we lit. And I'm not trying to go over here and like condemn or judge people and stuff like that, but I'm talking about, like, they introduced this, like, this idea of lasciviousness, or like that's what our culture is a lot of times, at least black culture. When they talk about black culture, a lot of it is about lasciviousness. If you look at everything that they talking about, it's all about self-indulgence and you know what I mean, and it ultimately leads to a lot of destruction. And then what happens is the fathers, the kids don't have a strong male role model. Not only are the boys going to look up to that doggone person, but the girls is too. And so it's going to be a distorted reality and distorted view of what the hell man that the young girl should be dating too. You understand what I'm saying? And so you see this repercussion all the way down the line because the father's not there. Everybody get it. You understand? And then the way that God set things up is the father. I mean, it's him, the man, the women, and then the kids. If somewhere in that chain is broken, which is what this society has done immaculately, which is remove the father or make the father irrelevant, and then they hook the women up. The women still follow men. They say they don't follow. Yes, they do. They follow the government. The government is their man at this point, and the government is who teaches. They set the standard. The women touch the kids, and then the kids take whatever, and then they going out there into the community and doing whatever they need to do. But in all, you'll see this again. It's this idea or this trend that we indeed do pay for the crimes of our father, for the whatever, even if our father was we pay for whatever our fathers did. You know what I'm saying? It might not necessarily seem like it's like direct type of thing, but we are, though, in the long run. We are because we don't have those strong male fathers or wherever they are. I mean, there's a lot of strong male fathers out there, but oftentimes they get diluted and pushed to the back. And again, like they pushing up dudes who don't care about nobody. We glorify people over here who's talking about shooting up the community, selling drugs to everybody, popping Molly, doing A, B, C, D, and F, G, calling all the black women and females and stuff like that bitches and hoes. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we glorify. And then it also is like this irony because it's like, we glorify this, but then we talking about Black Lives Matter. How that happen, big baby? How y'all do that right now? How you gonna talk about you supporting this, but then over here it's also Black Lives Matter? What? But you know what I'm saying in general. But it's like we do pay. I think that idea that we should inherit the crimes of our father, but we do, even if it's not necessarily directly, we do. We still take on a debt from whatever the hell happened generations before us. Okay, we do. We don't like to necessarily say that. We don't like to look at our grandmama that way. We don't look at our granddaddy, our great granddaddy, and stuff like that. But oftentimes, I think this is the problem where we oftentimes mess up, especially in the black communities, because the pain of looking back at these individuals and thinking about them in a certain type of way, just because they were there, sometimes it's hard to criticize the people that was there before you, and criticize not in a way where you're trying to put them down or trying to look down on them. Criticizing and understanding, okay, this is the mistake that my mama made. This is the mistake my pops made. This is the mistake my grandmama made. Da, da, da. And it's not about condemning them. It's not about putting them down. It's about understanding what they did so that when we move forward in the future, we not still paying that debt, because we continuously paying the debt. And because of how the black culture, especially the black culture, is set up, you can't question mama. You can't. You can question father all the day. You can question your daddy. You can talk about your daddy all damn on day. It's funny. Like I remember back in school, because your mother is worshipped in the black community. I swear, the black community is your the mother is oftentimes the one that's being worshipped. They put the black mother up on like this hill where she is a god. She's a goddess. She's a goddess in the damn black community. Yes, she is. She's a goddess. It's like they had 1 + 1 = 2, which is the man and the husband. What they have done is they have effectively removed the man, made that 0, and then added his point over here to the woman. And so now it's 2 to 0. The woman has 2 and the father has 0. And then they put the woman up on the pedestal. And it's not to say that they shouldn't be celebrating stuff like that. But in the same vein, the father has to be just as celebrated, because if you only celebrate, you over-accelerating the mother, and then you downgrading the father, we're going to have what we have right now. And then we still have this continuous cycle going over and over and over and over and over again. And not only that, we don't even recognize that we're putting our mother up on this place where she is a god. She's a god. Yes, she is. She is worship. The words that she says, she's just like Jesus in a lot of ways. Whatever she say is law. She is worship. She's A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And it's not a negative or a slight against mothers or black mothers or whatever case may be. But what I'm saying is we put our, it's almost like we make them a deity, and then this is why, oftentimes, when we're putting other gods before God, and it says it's a God, we're worshiping our mother. Sometimes people, they follow the philosophy of their mother more than they ever follow the philosophy of God. That's, trust and believe me, they follow the philosophy of mama, not the philosophy of God. Okay, and if you say anything about your mama, hell, even if you say something about your mama, I remember back in school, you said something about your own mama, people will be on your ass. They would want to fight you for you kept saying something, and you could have even said something bad. But I'm talking about, like, in certain black communities, if you even talk about your own mama, you even say that, insinuate that some of your mama did wasn't right. Watch how people jump. This ain't even a mama. this ain't even their mama, and they'll get on you. But then when you talk about your father, you can talk about their daddy, and they'll be in there like, yeah, shit, fuck that day. Yeah, he probably did do that. Like, they'll be in there talking about you can talk about their daddy, but if you talk about your mama and you say something that even is remotely seems to be like you're going against her, you're criticizing her, it's like other people will want to fight you because you're talking about like, that's how it is, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you put it on the pedestal because, I think a lot of times we glorify and we deify our own mothers, in the Black community. I think that's why I think a lot of times we still get messed up. It's not to say that we shouldn't celebrate them, but I think it's to a point where we celebrate them in a way where we're worshiping our mother and we put them on the pedestal, and it's like, and again, I think this is added into the crimes of our father. It's a repeated generational curse that they talk about over and over and over and over and over again. You might have never had that much interaction with your father. Maybe you had a lot of interaction with your father, but it doesn't change the fact as a whole, as a community, we are still paying the damn debts of our father. We're still fighting. So in the same vein, like when we was talking about, why would God kill innocent kids and stuff like that? It's not even necessarily God. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, we put other gods before God, and then God is like, you shouldn't be doing that. But people, they don't want to listen to God. They don't want to listen to God. They do what they want to do. You know what I mean? And so as a result, people are cursed. You know what I mean? This is Deuteronomy 28, that you are cursed because of that you don't listen to God, that you don't like, you know what I'm saying? But people, they will turn it around and say, oh, well, this is all God's fault. Why God don't come down here? It's people. People are the ones that are disrespecting and disobeying God's laws, and then as a result, we're cursed. As a result, we're still paying the crimes of our father. You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes, we often find this situation. You see this situation a lot of times in the Bible and everything like that, but in our own personal lives, this is what is going on. We're cursed. We're cursed. Okay, it's not necessarily that that other people are, or other races or groups of people are like better than black people, is that black people are cursed. I truly wholly believe that black people are cursed. They're cursed, and they're cursed, and I think they're cursed because they deify other people, they deify other things, they put other gods on top of God. Even in the Bible, it says something to the effect of, I think that God, to a large degree, people of color, they are in some way, shape, or form the chosen people of God. But I think also, I think also, it's like, I don't think we just know that. I don't think we know that at all. And we deify and we worship other gods before God. Even if we go to church some people, they worship their money. Some people think that God is not real. Some people think that they don't worship nothing. That's a damn lie. Some people worship money. A lot of people, a good majority of people, they worship they self. They worship their damn self. Their altar is their Facebook, Instagram, and their Twitter page. That is where, or their TikTok page. That's where their altar is, where people come and they give them money. It's just like a damn church. They come and they listen to people's words. It's just like, it's almost like Jesus, where these people are talking and they expect their name to be law. If they got a big enough platform, it's like their words are law. People will follow what the hell somebody isn't, and that's why you got so many people following. I'm telling you, they deify individuals. People deify them damn selves. People worship their damn selves. We put gods before other gods. We put other gods before God. And we continue this curse. The whole world is cursed to a certain degree, but especially, like, I think a lot of black people, that's exactly what it is. But all in all, I was just coming to say that, like, because people will often ask that, like, why would God kill off these? And I know I had this question, but it's like, why would God kill off kids? Why would he do that if they haven't done anything? Why would he do that? Why the heck would all these kids be cursed if it was the sins of their father? It's because of what the father will teach their kids. It's because of, like, it's a repetitive pattern. They won't learn. Like, you just can't, like, it's rare unless God is choosing kids, or God is putting it into people. It's like a lot of kids, they don't learn. They don't get past what was taught to them in their childhood. A lot of people, they're going to end up just like how the hell they were in their, whoever their parents is more than likely how they might turn out. I mean, some people, they might do a little bit better or a lot of bit worse, but, generation after generation or generation is doing the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's because we're cursed. We're cursed. And, we're following what our fathers did in the past, what our forefathers have done in the past, whether or not we like it. And so that's why I'm like, we always got to go in and then start to look at, like, how we build our lives, because we build our lives off of the perceptions of what these people have told us. Like, I always talk about Martin Luther King. So many black people, they base their life on Martin Luther King and quotes and stuff like that. They got this man at an altar, and it's not to be disrespectful, but a lot of black people don't even be looking at Martin Luther King. They don't even know who the hell Martin Luther King, the true Martin Luther King, and they don't realize that, they give a narrative about Martin Luther King. And if you say something about Martin Luther King, everybody trying to jump down your throat. And this is the point that I'm talking about, because it's like you don't even understand. They'll weaponize, and they have been weaponizing, and they will continuously use Martin Luther King as a weapon in comparison. You know what I mean? Like, he's always like the kryptonite for black people. That's why I always say he's black people kryptonite, because whenever you get up and you say something, and when people don't like it, of other groups, racists and or the sexual orientations and stuff, they will always bring it back to Martin Luther King, and then they will use this against black people. Black people will back up and say, "Oh yeah, we need to fight for everybody else," and then they will lose. They now will accept all these other programs. These other programs just played us. They didn't care about our plight, but they got all their plights in. And then what? We just both. Then we back away and we say something. They all talking too much, like that. Like, what will Martin Luther King do? You see what I'm saying? Like, they use the Black Power, or they use the Black Lives Matter movement as a engine. They use it and they hide all their programs. It's a Trojan horse mechanism. That's why I always say it's a Trojan horse mechanism. They brought in Black Lives Matter. They used the plight of black people, the blood of black people, to get these other social programs in. And then when they got them in there, just like the Trojan horse, these goddamn programs took root. And the Trojan horse is over there just as empty as possible. That's like Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is over there empty. But now look at all these other programs that's flourishing, and the only way they was able to flourish is through the Trojan horse of Black Lives Matter. You understand? They used black people to get what they wanted, and then they threw their asses to the goddamn background. They do this over and over and over and over and over and over again. You look at the doggone history line. Every 10 years, they bringing up some issues with black people, but then they drop it. Why is that? It's because they needed it just for that moment, so they can get people into an emotional state. They oftentimes know that people seeing people die in slavery or it can get some type of emotional reaction out of people, and they have done this countlessly, and they used the plight of black people countlessly. You saw this with the slavery. You saw this in Harriet Beecher Stowe was the example that they was using. Like, they was using mass propaganda to show what slavery was like. And Harriet Beecher Stowe, Uncle Tom Cabin, was huge for that reason. When they in the 60s, they saw, they did the stuff in Birmingham and stuff like that, where they was taking the photos and people got to see white people. And I'm talking about, when I say people, I mean white people. They got to see black people getting bit by dogs and sprayed with hoses. That causes a lot of emotional energy. So a lot of people, they jumped on to this civil rights movement, because prior to that, they didn't, like, a lot of white people wasn't going for it because the country was at peace. They're like, why do we need to change? And so that's why they used the Civil Rights Act and the Civil Rights era and everything like that. That's why they used it. It's to get an emotional reaction out of people, and that brought on a lot of white people to support the civil rights movement. And then nowadays they're using the Black Lives Matter movement, and they're showing these images of dudes getting killed and stuff like that. Not because they truly give a damn about these damn dudes that's getting killed down in the street. No. Let's not be too doggone crazy and hasty here. That's not exactly why they're doing it. They're doing it because they know when they show that and broadcast it all over the nation, people will come in an emotional. It'll cause some type of emotional stir, and that's why I'm talking about, where they use the blood of black people a lot of times to power this damn chariot horse with all the real programs that they want to bring in. They're using them because when they bring in the black plight, when they show those images of the black dudes getting killed down in the street, a lot of people was very emotional. White, black, orange, gray, metallic blue, and it galvanized people to make a change. Okay, and so they did that on purpose. These black dudes was getting killed before that, and they getting killed after that. They not gonna show you to you now, probably not, because they got what they wanted. But when they need something else, trust and believe me, they're gonna bring it right back, just like how they do. They gonna keep on leaving it off. They're gonna use it and throw it away. Use it, throw it away. Use it, throw it away. The problem will never end. They don't really give a damn about the problem. They just know when they really want to make a significant change, they can't do it when the country's at peace. They need to do it when the country is in some type of emotional arrest. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, when you start to show black dudes, or whatever the case may be, getting shot down in the street, and then you start to use these news publications and put it all over the place. Trust and believe me, they do that stuff on purpose. That's not about accident. That's not about, you think black dudes have been getting shot down in the damn street for how long? That is nothing new at all. And I'm not trying to be try to disrespect the people that have died. My point is they don't give a damn about these black dudes getting killed until it fits their damn narrative, until they need it, until they need to get the country up again in some type of emotional fervor, like where everybody's going all over the place. Because now, when you're doing that, you can also sneak in all these other programs that you really want to put in, and then you use the Trojan horse mechanism of Black Lives Matter or some other black plight, bring it in, where it's sneaky and it's undercover, And then once the Trojan horse is in, just like with the troops, they open up that damn door and go whoop the town's ass. And that's exactly what you see with all these other social programs. It's funny how all these social programs have gotten way off of what exactly they were supposed to be. Even Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, I always say, is just like if you go to the store, you get a bag of Doritos, you open up the doggone bag of Doritos, it's like it's like a Lay's potato chips is in the damn Dorito bag. You're gonna be like, where the hell is my Lay's? I mean, what the hell is my Doritos? I wanted some corn tortillas, and these are some goddamn Lay's potato chips. This is potato. Where's my? And that's how they do it. You understand? And that's how they do it. They use it as a Trojan horse. When it fits them, they use the black plight. When it doesn't, fuck them niggas all night. That's exactly what they motto is. That's exactly what they motto is. When it fix them, it's all right. When it don't, fuck them niggas tonight. That's exactly what they on. Okay? But I digress. I'm going a little bit way too far. But just in general, my whole point with all this saying is just, again, we do pay the piper. I think this idea of balance is extremely important. And I think that we ought to understand that, like, yes, we do inherit the sins of our fathers, whether or not we want to accept it. We inherit the sins of our father, and our family, our generational families, over and over and over again is a key representation, is a key way of we can actually see that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that we're still paying the price. We're cursed. We're cursed. We're cursed because we don't realize that we are paying the sins from our father. And how do you correct those sins? How do you correct it? It's like you got to go back in time and see what the hell happened, what truly happened, not the narratives that people will tell you. Because people, they come out here, especially like the government, they tell you certain type of things to get your mind situated in a certain type of way. Even when you're talking about in the American, I'm talking about black people, I'm just getting right here with black people real quick. Because even when you're talking about black history is only talk about specific individuals in specific times. And even when they talk about specific individuals like Martin Luther King, they only give you specific information about him. They don't give you the full book. They take out little chapters, the ones that they like, and then they they prop that one up, and then they can push it all over the place. They don't tell you about everybody else, and they don't tell you, and they tell you, oh, well, we're doing this because these are the most influential black people in America. That's a bunch of bull. That's a bunch of bull again. A lot of black people, or a lot of black men, women, whatever case may be, that has made significant contribution in this country and to the whole world. A lot of them you never even hear of. You don't even ever hear of. You barely ever hear of. But the ones that fit their narrative, that's exactly the ones that they're going to use. Because they started about who black people were in this country as slaves. And black people, they don't know. If black people don't pick up that damn book and figure out who the hell that they really are, they're going to always be left in a state where they don't know. Again, this is one of the sins of the fathers, because if you don't know your history, trust and believe me, somebody else will tell it to you. They will tell you to you, and they will definitely tell you. They'll tell you everything about your damn history. If you don't know it, they're going to tell you to you. And trust me, if they know your history, they own you. They know your history. If they know your history, they know your future. Okay, if they know your history, they know your future, and that's exactly what it is in this country today. If black people don't know where the hell they came from, how the hell they gonna know where they're going? Again, I said it back I do believe to a certain degree that black people, they are the chosen people of God. I do believe that. Okay, wholeheartedly, I do. Now, but with all that being said, a lot of black people don't even know themselves. Even with black people that's talking about, oh yeah, we the chosen people of God. Some black people will then say in the next instance that we were kings and queens in Egypt. That's what they were saying. Oh yeah, we was kings and queens in Egypt. It's like, who? What black? If you were the chosen people of God, you was not no damn king or queen in Egypt. Maybe you got some type of you had some type of clout at one point. But if you was one of God's chosen people in Egypt, you was a damn slave. You was a Hebrew slave. The Hebrew slaves, the Israelites were slaves for 400 years. Okay, the Israelites came with Joseph. Joseph's the one, the coat of many colors. They came with Joseph because Joseph came second in command to Pharaoh, and he brought all his brothers. He brought his father Israel and everything like that, and they came to Egypt. But then after Joseph died, and after some time, the Pharaoh enslaved the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, because he felt like they was getting too big. And it was Moses that brought the Hebrew Israelites out of bondage, out of slavery, into the promised land, where it was Canaan or whatever that place. But with all that being said, black people, like, if you were a God's chosen people, you were not no damn king or queen in Egypt. You were a damn slave in Egypt, okay, for the most part. You was a slave. And that's another damn thing. They be always talking about, oh, hey, we've been enslaved for 400 years. Who? Black people? Black people been enslaved? Where have they been enslaved? In America? America's not even 300 years, 400 years old. What do these people be talking about? America's not even 400 years old. What the hell is these people be talking about? Oh yeah, we've been enslaved for 400 years. My nigga, the country was founded what in 1776, somewhere in there. Even if you go all the way back when that dude Christopher Columbus, he came here. What is that? 1491 or whatever case may be. That's like what 500 years ago or something like that. That still wasn't no damn that what. That's crazy as hell. They be talking about like, oh yeah, we've been enslaved. No, the Hebrew Israelites were enslaved for 400 years, and that's more like where they be getting that damn figure from. Oh, we've been enslaved for 400 years in this country. No, the hell you have. The country's not even 400 years old. What do these people be talking about? Come on, man. If you were a damn, you God's chosen people, you were a damn slave. Okay, you was a slave in Egypt, not no damn king or queen in Egypt. Okay, that was the Egyptians. Two completely different people. But I digress. But with all that being said, you know, we do pay for the sins of our father. And again, if we don't know our history, somebody will tell it to you for you. And if they know your history, they know your future. And that's exactly what happens with us. And that's why we keep on repeating these same consistent patterns. And it's often hard to look at our past. It's often hard to look at the people that was before us, because we put these people on some type of pedestal, and we put these people on some. But again, this is where we mess up yet again, because now when we put these people on a pedestal, it's almost like they can't do no wrong, i.e., we're making them into God. Okay. People do wrong, and it's not a bad thing to say, hey, my mama made this mistake, my dad made this mistake. About hell, they could have done this stuff that was not a mistake. They did it on purpose, okay? But even though that's the case, it doesn't mean that you still go down that damn pathway and try and do exactly what they did, okay? You know, and calling it out doesn't mean that you're disrespecting those parents. It's understanding that, look, we got to make some changes. Otherwise, we're going to keep on repeating these damn curses. We're going to take the inheritance of what our father and our mother had to go through, and then we got to go through it too. You understand what I'm saying? Some people, they'll be mad at their mama and their daddy or their grandmama, something like that, because there's a flip side to this too. So some kids, they're very angry and upset, or they feel some type of way with what their parents did, but then they don't realize in them doing whatever, like they'll start to operate out of pain and hurt, okay, because of whatever they went through, and sometimes they don't resolve that trauma, and as a result, they don't even realize that a lot of the actions that their parents did to them, they're doing to their child, which is crazy as ever. You understand? Like the child, you know, the grown-up child, they probably went through some traumatic events, but they don't ever take the time to stop and look at like their lives and look what they're doing, because they don't even realize that the same way that they were treated, or whatever the case may be, all that hurt that they're going through, they unwillingly put it onto their damn child, and they don't even see it, and they don't see, because the grown-up child, they could be looking at their parents as like, you know, I hate them and they're bad, they're this, they feel justified, and to a large degree they are justified in their hatred or anger of whatever happened with their parents. But they don't realize that same anger, hostility, and the way that they look at their parents, their child is looking at them in the very same way, repeating the pattern over and over and over again. Again, we will be paying the sins from our fathers because we don't look back on the histories. We don't go and check that doggone stuff, and we don't go in there and take out the damn the root of the damn problems. We got to destroy foundations, and people be scared of, I'm telling you, they be destroying foundations. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of black people don't even realize that you are hitching your identity to white people. You automatically are hitching. You don't have an identity. That's why a lot of times when people say, when black people, white people be like, I had this question. I was like, why is the N word so damn offensive to black people? Why is it? And I was saying it from this perspective, because if a white man, a black dude was to say the cracker word to the white man, he probably don't give a damn. He might get mad, who knows? But for the most part, he really don't care. Like you talk about the racial epithets for an Asian person, they don't really, or a Hispanic person, they might get a little bit more angry. But for the most part, let a white man call a black man, it's on sight. Let a white man call the black word, the word nigga or whatever. Like, let him say it's on sight for most of these doggone black people. And I'm be thinking, like, why is it that way? Why is it that these other groups are not as volatile when you call them their racial epithet, but when they call you your racial epithet, especially with black people, they go off the goddamn monkey handles? Why is that? It's because I think to a certain degree, and this is gonna hurt people, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it's the truth. I think to a large degree, black people know goddamn well it's the truth. They know goddamn well that these people have turned us into niggas, and we are not niggas, but they have turned us into niggas. And niggas is something that they created. It wasn't real. It wasn't who we are, but it was who they transformed us to be into. And what am I talking about with niggas? Well, let me explain to you, my nigga. A nigga is somebody that's going out there killing every goddamn body. A nigga is out there just running through people, and they don't give a damn about their damn responsibility. A nigga is the one that despises somebody talking about or learning history or talking about this, and this. That a nigga is somebody that despises wisdom. You understand what I'm saying? This is what the nigga is, and this is what they have been trying to turn this into. And these motherfuckers is goddamn, they're good at what they're doing. And that's why I think a lot of times that shit hurts. Because also, we don't know our identity. So the nigga word is the only identity that we got. Point blank, period. That's the only thing that we got to cling to, is because we don't know what the true history is. And as a result, we don't have anywhere to go. This makes us very insecure. Like, I know I've been in these situations. I'm pretty sure other people have been in these situations where sometimes in your life, you could be in a state in your life. And again, a lot of people more than likely go through this, where you don't know who the hell you are. You don't know who you are. And because you don't know who you are, you need to get validation from the outside world about who you are, okay? And when you stay in that type of state where you get outside validation about who you are as an individual, these people, they control you. Whoever owns the validation controls you, okay? So that puts people in a lot of like compromising positions, because the majority of the damn world don't give a damn about morale. They give you validation if you out there killing people. They give you damn validation if you out there hurting people. They give you validation if you're doing A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, which a lot of the stuff is not good. They give you validation for looking good instead of being good. You understand what I'm saying? That's what people give you validation from. And then at the same time, these people that build you up today, they will tear that ass down tomorrow. You only can go so far with the validation of people, because the moment that they feel like you're getting better than them, they're going to chop that ass down like a goddamn chimney tree, yell temper, and run away in the opposite direction. This is exactly what a lot of people will do when they feel like you getting bigger than me. They will build you up today to tear that ass down tomorrow, okay? And that is a terrible way to live. You always got to have certain type of clothing on. You always got to be looking a certain type of way. You always got to be in this home. You always got to have A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, which creates major anxiety. It creates a lot of depression in people who can't get these things. And you know, and again, our culture is based on the external validation of other people in comparison to internal validation. And I know it's another way that we do it is because we so damn worried about what these goddamn people up over here think. What the hell difference does what these people think about you as a black person, or this and this and this matters, okay? They're just people. They're not God. They're people, you know, and black people don't understand that you are just as powerful, if not more. And, you know, other people, they be saying that and they be like, why do black people not understand that? It's because black people, they don't have no goddamn self-identity. Most black people, a lot of black people, especially like a lot of black dudes, they get their identity from the gang. They get it from that hood. They get it from that block. They get it from A, B, C, D. They don't get it. That's their sense of identity. That's why them niggas is ready to die over that, because they trying to fight for respect for their hood. They trying to fight for their block. They trying to fight for ABC. They trying to fight for a gang. Why there be so many damn people that be out here like, why do these young black kids join gangs? That's so stupid. Like, I just don't get it. It's like, why the fuck would they not join no damn gang? Do you know what the gang will get you? It'll get you protection. It'll get you them hoes. It'll get you a little bit of money. It'll get you a little bit of reputation. You know, you can protect yourself. You got people that's over here. You understand what I think? Because in these neighborhoods, you either predator or you prey. Okay, and if you go to a damn gang, you a predator at that point. You can be good, and it's good to be a predator than prey. And if you're not in that situation, not in that scenario, a lot of people don't get it. It's life or death. They be talking about, oh man, why do these kids be killing each other over a damn block? Because it's respect. It's respect. It's respect. That's the only thing that they got as an identity. So motherfuckers is ready to die on what the hell they believe in. And that might be that block. That might be that hood. That might be A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. But just like you know what they say, ain't no love in them damn streets. So oftentimes it's the love for the block, but also the block is disloyal as hell. The block ain't got no love. So anybody on the block can get it. And not only that, not only can anybody on the block can get it, hell, the people that's running that motherfucking block, even the thugs or the gangsters or whoever's over there, them motherfuckers don't even own that damn block. Because goddamn it, I'm telling you, the city sooner or later is about to come and gentrify that bitch all the way up and down, okay? Two little white ladies is coming in there that's holding hands, kissing and everything like that. They about to come in there, put a goddamn coffee shop up over there on your block. They about to put a damn basketball, and they ain't probably putting no basketball, I don't know that, but they gonna put a goddamn Whole Foods right there on your block. I mean, it's gonna look amazing. You know, it's gonna make look very, that block is gonna look real good when they gentrify that bad boy, okay? But trust and believe me, they're gonna raise them damn property taxes and kick everybody's ass up out of there. So, you know, you might not be able to enjoy it like that. But with all that being said, why do people do A, B, C, D, F, and G for a block and stuff like that? Because it's their sense of identity. That's all they got. It's their identity. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else there teaching them or helping them to understand who the hell that they are as people. So they got to grab onto any damn thing for people. This is why a lot of times you got to wear the clothes. You got to look at like this. Motherfuckers be going out there goddamn bankrupt trying to look like a certain type of way. Some people will buy clothes, clothing, this, cars, this. They don't even want it them damn selves. They buy it because the next man is going to look at them some type of way. So many niggas is out there looking out there. They trying to look their best to prove something to the next nigga, okay? The next nigga that will snake their ass tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? Like this is the situation that we find ourselves in. This is the situation that we find ourselves in. And not only that, we always looking at the goddamn validation of the goddamn white people, okay? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to white people, but they're people, okay? Just like the Asian people are people, the Hispanic, black people are just as intelligent as these other people, okay? It's just they don't know that. And their asses have never been taught any goddamn thing. They don't really know who the hell that they are. So their asses is grabbing onto anything to find some type of self-identity. And again, if you don't know your history, somebody else will tell it to you. This is why they talk about in those textbooks in the classrooms, they only start at slavery, okay? That's where you get your introduction of who you are. When in actuality, slavery in America is just one of many forms of slavery. Slavery has been here since the beginning of time. White, Asian, black, metallic blue, and everything else under the sun have been slaves at one point in time. It wasn't just black people. Black people are not synonymous with slave. Hell, slave came from the European word for Slavic. It's from the Slavic lands, okay? Over there with, by the Caucasus, somewhere goddamn way over there. You understand what I'm saying? But black people, they have no damn, they have no understanding of who they are. And as a result, they don't have any type of security inside. They are insecure inside because they don't know what the hell they are, okay? That's why. They're insecure. They don't know who the hell that they are. That's why, okay? And not only that, because you insecure and you don't know who you are and you getting validation from the outside world, if the outside world is not validating you, that shit is going to trigger you. And oftentimes slavery is going to trigger you. The N-word is going to trigger you. The reason being is because you have no other foundation than what these people have told you. And it's triggering you because you know damn well that's not who you are, but you have no evidence against it. So you're fighting against these people, trying to prove to these people who you are and who you not. And when you realize you ain't even got to fight, if you know who you are and you know what the fuck you're not, you won't even pay attention to it. Who the fuck cares about what the hell these people be talking about and what they say about you? Do you know who you are? It don't really goddamn matter what the hell the next man think about you, because you the only one that can get up every day in your damn skin. Even if everybody thought you was the coldest son of a bitch on the damn earth, I'm talking about the coldest son of a bitch, you'll go up to anybody, slap the shit out of them, and you know what I mean, and make them piss their pants or something like that. You just that type of nigga in the streets, okay? But even though you got all the muscles, all that rep, all that stuff, when you go home at night, you can't change that. Like you can prove that shit to everybody else, but to yourself, you don't feel that damn way. And you'll realize it really don't damn matter what the hell everybody else got to say about it. It's like, because with you don't even feel it. People don't even feel it in their damn self. That's why people don't believe in themselves. They might seem like they believe in themselves. No, they believe in the stuff that they got around them. They believe in their damn job. That's why a lot of times too, black people be scared to leave that damn job. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not meaning this in a negative or condemning way, but I'm just trying to say, because if they don't have that job, they ain't got the money, they ain't got the status, and they don't want people to look at them some type of way. And they're always looking for the outside validation of other people. And if you looking for the validation of another person, the person that you're trying to get your validation from, you are they damn slave, okay? You are their slave, okay? And they will play mind games. If the person that you asking for your validation from do not have the best interest for you, my God, Lord have mercy. They rubbing their hands together, licking their lips. This is about to be the fun house. They about to get you, because if you looking for their validation, it's a wrap. It's a wrap if they ain't got no good intentions for you. They about to play you. They about to put you on them damn strings, walk you around like you Pinocchio, okay? You are officially Pinocchio at that boy. I know you want to be a real boy, but you're not a real boy. You're going to be the goddamn, this person, whoever you're looking for their validation, you're going to be their damn pet, okay? And you're going to constantly need validation if validation is coming from the outside and not from the inside. Therefore, you're always going to be enslaved to whoever the hell you're trying to get that validation from. It is a losing game, my friend. People will put you in compromising positions for that validation. They will try to get you to do the wildest of things that is completely detrimental to yourself. For that, they will try to put you through so much abuse. ABs, they will put through anything. They put your ass through the goddamn wall if they can, okay? And they will abuse, take advantage, and just take everything that they can get from you, okay? They'll use you up and throw you onto the damn side like a damn raisin drying in the sun. You understand what I'm saying? This is exactly what the hell people would do if you're looking for and you vying for their validation. And this is exactly what a lot of times black people be doing. That's why that word nigga hurts so goddamn much, because the only thing that they know about themselves is they were slaves at one point in time. That's all they know. That's all they know. and then you're a slave, you might feel guilty. Even if you was a slave, big homie, that don't mean that you or your grandparents or whatever the case may be was fucking was weak or something like that. People be talking about like that, like our grandparents are weak. You know, I always talk about like they had this shirt at one point in time, like we was like, oh, hey, like dear white people, we're not our ancestors. We'll put our hands on you. Like what the fuck? What? How you think you be so damn disrespectful to your goddamn grandparents, like with some BS like that, to insinuate or to make it seem as though they was bitch made and they was scared to fight back? Come on, man. Like but that's what exactly what I'm talking about. Where people don't know their goddamn history, don't know the damn history at all. They don't know what the hell people went through, and that's disrespectful as hell to disrespect your damn grandparents like that, talking about and wearing shirts and stuff like that, and saying, "Dear white people, we are not our grandparents. We do have hands," or some shit like that, to insinuate that your grandfather, your granddaddy, your grandmama, or the people in the past that's come from your lineage was straight up bitch made. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy because it gives you another negative outlook on your past. You know what I'm saying? Like that's again, it just shows you how people, they don't even know they damn past. They don't even respect they damn past. Because how can you respect the people that came before you like that? And when I'm talking about critiquing them or understanding what, that's not disrespecting them. It's a difference between understanding when somebody made mistakes and where they went wrong, so we can move forward in a positive and productive manner, in comparison to say they was straight up bitch made and we not bitch made and we'll do whatever. That's a goddamn lie. If black people, a lot of the black people that was born in slavery back then, they asses would have gotten a goddamn slave. They would not been getting up throwing hands with the damn slave master. What type of silly ass stuff is that? You know how I know they're not gonna do that? Because they don't go in there and do that shit to their damn boss. And that's their motherfucking slave master. You don't do that shit to your boss. You don't do that shit to the people that own you right now. You don't do that shit to the U.S. government right now. So if you ain't gonna do it to motherfuckers right now, how the fuck you gonna say you gonna do it back then? Like, come on now. Like, what? Like, you under an oppressive regime. People are able to speak with such freedom and vigor and stuff like that. And they can talk all this shit to white people right now because of the climate right now. Had you done that shit back there and when you was a damn slave, they probably would have chopped your goddamn, who knows what the hell they would have. Some people might would say, like, I don't give a damn what these fucking people think. But some other people, they would have probably chopped your goddamn foot off in your tongue, in your goddamn, they would castrate you too. Who the hell you think you talking to is what these goddamn people would sit there and tell you. You know what I'm saying? But it's disrespectful. It just shows you like how you don't even know your goddamn history. How can you disrespect your ancestors like that? How can you disrespect the people that came before you like that? It's one thing critiquing them and understanding like, hey, well, maybe they ain't making the best decision here, and understanding that hell, you gonna get when people, if based on however long this earth is gonna keep moving, I guarantee you, at one point in time, your descendants will look at you like, damn, granddaddy was fucking up right here. Granddaddy didn't do ADD, and then they'll have the same damn shirt. Like if I was granddaddy at that time, but they might have some type of futuristic. If I was granddaddy at that time, I would have blasted this goddamn neutron blast at their asses. What the fuck? Like my granddaddy was soft as hell. We are not our goddamn some crazy stuff like that. Like come on, man, come on. It just shows you how people, they don't know their damn history. Okay, and then again, this goes back to the point that we are repeating the damn cycle over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. We are inheriting the crimes of our fathers. Okay, because we don't take the time to take a step back and understand the foundational the foundation in which we based all of our ideas off of, our mentality of everything like that. And you got to go to that and disrupt and dismantle that bad boy and install a new damn mindset, so that is, you know, that is actually reflective of who you truly are and what your people are and where you want to move to in the future. And you don't look back in the past as a negative thing. You look at that with great vigor and courage. Your people were able to survive to a certain degree. They did what they needed to do to survive to a certain degree. Okay, and just because they were slaves don't mean that they was weak. Just because they was in, every race of people have been a slave on this earth. Every single goddamn one. White people, orange people, metallic blue, Indian, Mexican, native, this, that, sub-Saharan African. All these motherfuckers at one point in time in this goddamn world has been a slave. Okay, they've been a slave. And again, I guarantee a lot of black people do not know that shit. They do not know that at all. When they think of slave, you think of black person. That's what you think of. When you think of slave, black. Okay. With all that being said, the best way that we can get up out of this damn curse is you gotta look at the past. You got to. It might hurt, because you might have to look at your moms a certain type of way. You might have to look at your pops a certain type of way. Your grandmama, your granddaddy, auntie, uncles, and great aunties, uncles, and stuff like that. And you might have a lot of love for them, but you got to come to the conclusion like, yo, just because I got love for them, it doesn't mean that I cannot follow in a lot of the footsteps that they have. You understand what I'm saying? And there's some parents and some people that be mad as hell when you say something like that. Like people sit there thinking like, who you think you are trying to change something? Who you think you are? About it. I think I'm Timothy goddamn D Hall the second. The fuck? Who are these people talking about? Like that's who I think I am. I'm not about to sit there and do the exact same thing as everybody else if I can see that the results are not what it's supposed to be. Like what type of silly ass shit is that? And these people be looking at you like you doing something wrong. Like you extra. No, you are extra or not extra enough. How the hell can I ever live in this life and have a strong foundation, a strong identity of myself, move in a way where I do not give a damn? I can move in this environment, this environment, this environment, and this environment. Because unblack people, they asses can only stay in one goddamn environment because that's what their environment has told them to be. Or if they go to the other environments, it's difficult to be in those environments because they feel like they always being attacked by these other damn races and these group of people. And it's coming from a place of insecurity. That's exactly what it is. It's not even necessarily that they more likely are not necessarily incompetent at a job. They probably do work better than other damn people, but that I guarantee you that their senses are heightened because of the insecurity deep down inside that they might be saying, I ain't insecure. I ain't about, yes, the fuck people be insecure, okay? They be feeling like whatever the damn narrative, they have no idea what the other narratives is besides what they have been told and taught about themselves. And they didn't take the, and they just didn't go and figure it out. So we pay the damn price. We pay the damn piper. We pay it. We are inheriting the sins of our father, regardless of whether or not people like to see that. We also inherit the fruits of our fathers, okay? In the same vein, like like all the stuff that led to us to these dysfunctional situations, we also got like the contributions that people of color have made, or black people, whatever, but how they've made and how they've persevered, regardless of all the scrutiny, regardless of everything that was going around them. These people are great examples to look at, not from the position that they were like, it's from the position of understanding the opposition that they went through, the new roads that they were paving. Now, right now, while we're sitting in 2023, wow, we can see how great that they were. But when they were alive, I guarantee you that was not the situation. I guarantee you they asses were scared or like nervous as hell or like whatever, but they did it any damn way. They changed the situation. They changed with their talents. They changed with this, and this, and they made the best of what they had and gave this damn country something that we all to this day still greatly benefit off of what our ancestors have done, despite the energy, despite the negativity, because they, to a certain degree, even back then, they knew about who they were. Now, we don't got a goddamn clue, not even a shred of a clue. We at least had family back then, but now the family is U.S. government, mother, kids. That's exactly what the hell it is right now. U.S. government, mother, kids. Now, the U.S. government is the man in most people's lives, in most families' lives, okay? And because that man is not there in the U.S. government provides the structure and everything. Like, he provides every damn thing that the man would typically provide in that damn relationship or whatever the case may be. He is stepping in as the proverbial father. The kids, the mother then raised the kids. However, the damn U.S. government is telling her how she has to do it, and to a certain degree, not all mothers, but you know what I'm saying, to a certain degree, she's going to raise them damn kids just how the U.S. government is telling her to do. And this is continuously keeping the perpetual cycle with that everything is dysfunctional as hell. The curse is going. We are inheriting our father's sins over and over and over and over and over and over again. And the only way that you can ever stop it and start to reverse it and truly reverse it is not talking about these goddamn white people talking about what the hell that they doing. Black people be like, man, we gotta handle white people first. What the fuck is these people be talking about? My nigga, do you understand? If you don't handle white, you gotta handle yourself first before you can handle any outside enemy or anything, like, even if they are enemies. Like, you gotta find yourself first. How the hell do you do, like, how the hell can you jump the collective team and you talking about let's just go fight the opposition? That's like a basketball team where one side is working as a goddamn team and the other side, only one dude is over there playing hero ball. He might have a lot of points, okay? He might, at the end of the game, he could have had a good game. They had a good, but they lost, and they gonna always lose. They could have even made it to the damn finals because of this dude, and their ass is gonna lose too, because you never gonna beat one person, can't beat the whole damn team, and that's exactly what it is. It's like, or even in that situation where you got one team, sometimes the team is so goddamn off that they're not together that they're always gonna lose. Like the other team, they work as a team, so they always gonna win. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. How in the hell you gonna sit here and talking about we need to handle these people over here? You ain't even handle everybody in the goddamn group right now. We gotta handle each other first. You understand what I'm saying? And that, and we gotta figure out where's all this hatred and this animosity for each other is. A black person hate another goddamn. I don't give a damn what these people be talking about, because they be running around this bad boy talking about Black Lives Matter. That shit be making me mad, because niggas do not give a fuck about the next nigga on the damn street. Again, they got rap songs that's promoting that shit. They got bitches, hoes, nick, this. everything like that. Everybody, they got our women out here looking like goddamn hoes and stuff like that. They actually got some couple of women right now that are proud. They're out there saying we some ratchet ass bitches. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, oh my God. Like, and this is just, no, everybody's cool with this. Everybody's okay with this. This is where we are right now. Ratchet ass bitches. Is that what we got? This is what the young girls is looking up to right now. What the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, how the hell can you ever defeat these people up over here if you can't even figure it out inside or figure it out yourself and stuff like that? But we inherit the sins of our father, and we're gonna keep on inheriting the damn sins of our father until we take the time to take a step back, take a big ass gulp of humility and understand it, and be ready for some pain, because you got to work through that pain first. You can't run for the pain. The pain is actually a good thing. Trust and believe me, it's a blessing. And I know damn well, I know without a shadow of a doubt, we do not feel like no blessing. You really don't want to feel like, because it's like sometimes you in severe pain. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta look at the trauma that you've been through. You gotta understand like what other people are going through in your family line and stuff like that. You gotta understand what the hell people did to you, what you did to other people, and come to grips with what the hell. Got to be real what it is. Okay, and that's the only way that you can ever get through that stuff is you gotta go through the damn pain. If you hide and you run away from the pain, you ain't gonna never get healed. That's like somebody that got shot or something like that, or like somebody who got, I don't know, somebody that got some type of ailment and they don't want to go to the hospital and they keep on running away from the hospital. They don't want to go to the hospital for whatever reason. Okay, but then what ailment that they're struggling with, they're gonna have to keep on going through that doggone thing until they go out there and get proper treatment for it. And when they go do it, let's just say, for example, you got a disease or something like that. Sometimes they gotta take out a lot of your skin. You gotta get in there real deep. You can put some local anesthetics right there, but still to a large degree, you're gonna feel that damn pain. You gotta go in there, but if you don't, you're gonna lose your foot. If you don't, that thing is gonna metastasize to half of your damn body. It's gonna metastasize to your spine, and you'll be paralyzed if you don't go get it fixed. So it's like it's natural that sometimes you be afraid of going to go understand the results of something, the immediate results, and trying to go, and then you have to go through that immediate pain. You sometimes will run away from that pain, and but in short term you'll feel good, but in the long term you about to be crippled because of it. You're gonna lose a lot more than just a leg. You're gonna lose a lot. Like, that pain that you got right now is hurts and it's severe, but the pain that you're gonna feel in the future is insurmountable. Okay, and the pain that we're gonna feel in the future is that our kids are gonna repeat the same cycles as we do, and if anything, they're gonna go worse than what we are. And that's not why we're supposed to be on the earth. We're supposed to do the exact opposite. Okay, and the only way that we can do the exact opposite is we gotta know what the hell people did in the past. We gotta know what they did in the past in order to understand what we need to do in the future. Okay, so with all that being said, let's end the damn curse of our fathers, because we have inherited. Let's inherit the true blessings that our fathers have set for us. So I'll catch y'all on the flip side.